Alright. So what are we doing now?
This was taken on that crisp winter night at our mutual friend's hunting lodge. We came back indoors, laughing, giddy as teenagers. It was truly like an enchanted time, like we were in a magic circle where no sorrow or pain could touch us. My love, we don't have a lot of photos of ourselves as a couple, so this one is quite important. The guy who snapped this, our host that night, used an actual film camera. It was a different world back then. My love, we don't have a lot of photos of ourselves as a couple, so this one, the furniture came with the cabin. Considering how off the beaten path this
Yeah.
place is, that helped make up our mind.
Yeah, it's like a point and click game. And I guess you just wake up in this cabin and then have fun. That's basically the gist of it, from what I'm understanding.
Sometimes she would brush her leg against mine under the table when we were eating. A curious, sensual thrill. This one wobbles. I always meant to do something about that, but somehow never got around to it. The table is worn but sturdy, just like our relationship was. Or is. I just don't know anymore. Serena enjoyed spice in our life. I preferred it more bland. We were so different on some points. Our dining table. Quite modest, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I could tell plenty of stories about this table. To be honest, I'm surprised it's still in one piece.
What's that supposed to mean?
The guy who snapped this, we don't have a lot of, the guy who snapped this, we don't have a lot of photos of ourselves as a couple, so the dining table was well worn even when we acquired the cabin. You could tell from its appearance that it had been the centerpiece of many happy occasions, and there were many more to come. We use this trunk to store trinkets and papers, but I can't help thinking there's something of importance inside. It's too painful. I want to, but not yet. We found this trunk at a flea market. We used to love rummaging around those in our early years.
Okay, there is no WASD. You just have to, like, move.
No, I don't want to leave right now. There's still something for me in here.
No, I don't want to leave right now.
So many afternoons spent in this armchair. So much wisdom and happiness in this bookcase. My life would have been much poorer without all this. The smell of old books is intoxicating. What happens to wood pulp as it ages gives it that distinctive vanilla smell. Sharing meals with a good red wine was one of the great pleasures in our relationship, especially in the intimacy of this cabin.
I don't want to know about your intimacy, dude.
Our refuge from the world, a place of warmth and passion. The clock is a trophy from our flea market adventures. Chalk this particular purchase up to every cabin needs one. She was special. Contradictory. She didn't mind these. Actually, I think she was into them too.
That looks interesting. We can always try it.
I read it for the articles, of course. Like that one by the guy. That one about the thing. I needed some incentive to go check the mailbox from time to time. It's some way through the woods. Something good left in this world. They still make covers like this. Erotic. Not obscene. She's beautiful, but what's her obsession with dolphins? I needed some incentive to go check the mailbox from time to time. It's some way through the woods. It's a beautiful day, though there's an unnatural... I've always loved the hazy afternoon shades of this place. There's a strand of blonde... Yes, blonde hair. Hers. I used it too, when shaving. There's only... Should I dust for fingerprints? What's wrong with my memory? Did I have a stroke? She also had a brush, but I can't see it anywhere. Nor some of her other personal items.
Dearest, how do I say any of this? I like your way with
feel like
words,
he's
but if I
80
don't
years
write this,
old.
I don't know what I'll do. My life feels so unreal now, dreamlike, but wonderfully so. Let me try, even if clumsily. The hours I spent with you when we last met are precious to me. I was so lost such a short time ago. Everything seemed drained of color and feeling. I think we were meant to find each other, to bring meaning to our lives again, make sense of the confusion shrouding both of us. When we stepped into the crystal silence of the snowy woods, away from the chatter of the guests, all nature seemed expectant, as if holding its breath, witnessing a rare moment of something infinitely better than what life in the ordinary run of things has to offer. Do you remember how the light crust of the snow glittered in the reflected light of the country house? How the copse of trees in which we walked was haloed with a magical aura? I felt the chill of the night air, and you opened your coat and enfolded me in your arms, and we hugged tight, sharing the warmth, sharing the only thing any of us have to share on this earth when you think about it. And then you toppled us on the snow, you devil. We laughed and rolled around, my head already spinning from the wine and crisp, pure night air and the stillness all around. We lay back, and I gasped when I realized what I was seeing. The luminous starscape, like a vast velvet cloth sprinkled with powdered sugar, like it can only be seen in the countryside. I had tears in my eyes when I turned to you and we kissed, and it felt like the only moment in all of time, or outside time, and ours was the only spark that could ignite the universe. You gave me these moments. You complete me in ways I never knew to dream of. Let me be the one who makes sense of the confusion whenever you feel lost again. We can make our own world against the rest of the world if need be. Together we can silence all the demons, heal all the wounds. I love you. In eternity yours, Serena.
I still can't understand. Even the features of her face feel hazy and distant, like remnants of a broken dream. Somewhere in here, in our private refuge, there must be something that reminds me of her. It's just... She also had a brush, but I can't see it anywhere. Nor some of her... These keys are for the cabin and the car. If the keys are here, does she have her spare? I should probably stay here in case she doesn't. Did she even have her own spare? They prevent my blood pressure from skyrocketing. Doctor's orders. And Serena's. I'm generally not fond of taking medication. I find it hard to believe ingesting a few chemicals will do me much good in the long run.
Hey, Hype, what's up? Looks like that letter has things covering with other pieces of paper. I'll check it in a minute in case this cupboard doesn't have anything.
She adored all things of nature. I remember her long walks out in the woods. She is fairly religious. Not me. I'm the cold and cynical bastard. But I don't remember that ever being an issue between us. For some reason, light bulbs wouldn't last long in this lamp. I never looked into it.
Probably because the cabin is haunted. I don't know.
Quite a large armoire for our admittedly Spartan needs. She uses most of it. We all have our skeletons in the closet, but not Serena. She was perfect. She made this with her own hands. Sometimes we joked we needed to be so far out in the woods because that's how our sex life was. Far out.
What? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Oh, did he pick the paper up? Where was that paper at? Or note, or whatever.
We also have a key. We did have a night prowler once who left a mark inside the outhouse, but we rarely lock it anyway.
I think he picked it up. Oh no, here it is.
Dearest. And then you. How do I. Dearest. Top. And.
I can't click anything else. He's 80 years old.
Come, love, with peace in your heart, said Niav of the ice blue eyes. Blue eyes. Big enough for a lifetime of mementos. We hated guns, so we never had any, even out here. We found this trunk at a flea market. We used to love rummaging around those in our early years. I loved it most. I didn't lend out. I didn't lend out my Necronomicon, did I?
Necronomicon? Wait, what? That escalated quickly. What are we talking about that for?
I guess there's probably nothing out there that I want to see anyway. All the stuff I care about is in. I better stay in case Serena comes back.
Okay, so
Our dining table.
Look what I made, hun, in case we ever need to sweep something under the carpet.
The furniture came with the cabin, but the bedclothes we brought with us. A place like this needs some luxury, but without
he
her,
is, yeah.
time never. The clock has always been rather autonomous. It's deep. The sunlight. There's a crack in this window from a tantrum she threw some time ago. It wasn't the only thing she threw. Not exactly perfect soundproofing.
A tantrum, eh? I wonder why.
Big enough for a lifetime of mementos.
Maybe big enough for a body? Eh? Eh?
I'm not sure why, but I don't feel like opening it. The sole thought of it drains what little energy I have left in me. Curiously, we never brought many plants inside the cabin. We were surrounded by so many outside, I guess we were saturated by them. At least I was. Maybe later. There's nothing of interest inside the closet anyway.
Okay, so...
We used to keep a pitcher of water and a glass on this nightstand, but they're not here now. I should probably eat. Can't remember the last time I ate, yet I don't feel hungry. I have more pressing things on my mind right now than culinary exploits.
The clock? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to
It's
interact.
been so long since I said her name out loud. I think that's the moment I fell in love with. Actually, I think it might have gone out of sync. Again, no trusting this clock. The clock has always been rather autonomous. No matter how many times we've wound it up, unlike its sibling, this lamp would last for months. We brought the lamps with us when we got this place all those years ago. They were from a garage sale. It's just a regular comb bought from a super. After all these years, it permanently smells of her and her the last thing I need now is to see myself in the mirror. I must look all comme une évidence, Serena's favorite perfume. I've always told Serena that she doesn't need to wear perfume. Her presence is magical enough already.
This is supposed to be a horror game? Is it?
I feel too restless to sleep right now. I don't sleep well without Serena next to me. Both a blessing and a curse, I suppose. We hated guns, so we never had any, even out.
7
months. Big enough for a life. We found this
Didn't you
trunk
play
at a
this
flea
recently,
market.
Ash?
Holy shit.
Thank you for the resub. Resub. Not this game. Can you tell me what to do? Because I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. You're supposed to keep looking around and his emotions change in dialogue. This game was so hard to capture on my OBS, by the way. I was starting to get salty. I feel bad because I poured some salt on Coke. A salty Coke. Just keep looking around. Because, you know, I couldn't click out of the freaking menu
It's based on an Irish
for
folktale.
OBS to capture it. And
Warrior
somehow I
poet
figured it out. I don't
O'Sheen
even
goes
know
to
how.
Tirnanog, a Celtic otherworld known as the Land of Youth and Promise.
You just did a screen capture? What's that? So you just keep...
All the windows are drafty, but there was a time long ago that all...
Come sit with me. I want to talk. And cuddle.
What did we talk about? Damn this fallible memory of mine. The most comfortable spot in the... I can imagine her cuddling up to me even now, putting her hand under my shirt. Of course, we made love here, too. There was no place in the cabin we didn't before things deteriorated.
I don't want to know that.
The most comfortable spot in the cabin.
I ain't touching it now.
Well, I could tell plenty of stories about this table. To be honest, I'm surprised it's still in one piece.
Yeah, you probably banged on that too, didn't you? Freaking banged everywhere. Then you killed her, didn't you? Freaking basket case. So you just keep clicking around over and over and over again until it, like, progresses?
Big enough for a light. We hated guns. We found this trunk at a flea market. We used to love rummaging around those. And Neov is a weird man. I've always been drawn to things that are kind of both.
See the pattern of yellow squares? It's from this rug I remembered from my nursery.
Note, I always resisted the temptation to sweep things under there when it was my turn to tidy up.
Knew what the goal was, like information that links to each other. Yeah. Well, he said he needed something that reminded him of her, because I guess he's...
No, I know. We have much... No, I have no... We have much more interesting things than this plant inside the cabin.
He said something
like
about needing to remember what she looked like or something, because he has amnesia or something. Yeah, I went through all this.
Dearest.
I already went through all this.
I never noticed it before, but there's some rust on the ring. Huh, should get a new one. We did have a night prowler once who I never know. We also have a key for the outhouse. But we did have a night prowler once who left a
it was probably
mark
you.
Inside the outhouse. But we rarely lock it anyway.
Don't forget your pill, hun. I know you'd rather not, but you know it's for the best.
Beta blockers. I have high blood pressure. I'm only supposed to take these before meals. Not a big fan of them. Beta blockers. I have high blood pressure. There's dust on this, too. After all these years, the last thing I need, there's dust on this. She also had a brush, but I can't. It's just a regular comb. It smelled. We were happy for a long time. At least, I think we were. But as time passed, we fought about every little thing, even this. I keep looking at her things, remembering all the good and bad. Depends on how you look at it. Either a wonderful sensory stimulant and aphrodisiac, or a subtle weapon in the mating rituals of Homo sapiens. We were happy for a long time. At least, I think we were. But as time passed, we thought about every little thing, even this.
There she is now.
The guy who snapped this? My love. We don't have a lot of photos of ourselves as a couple. The guy who snapped this? My love. We don't have a lot of photos of ourselves as a couple, so this one is quite important.
This is like some Unsolved Mysteries theme songs going.
How long has it been, I wonder? I can't tell. And I miss her so much. That ticking. It never stops. I've wasted so much time in my life. Did I ever take a break to show her how much I truly cared? Actually, I think it might have gone out of sync again. No trusting this clock. I wonder what time it is. As if it mattered. I should leave the keys here until she comes back, because I know she will.
Where?
I said I'd be back, and here I am. I never noticed it before, but there's some rust on the ring. Should get a new one. Is there anything worse than beautiful memories turning to
It did,
dust?
yeah.
I feel like I don't even have the strength to lift the lid. What once gave me so much joy now fills me with unbearable sorrow. Big enough for a lifetime of memento. We hated guns, so we never had any, even out here. But this would have been a good place to keep one, since it can be locked.
Dearest, how do I say any of this? I like your way with words, but if I don't write this, I don't know what I'll do. My life feels so unreal now, dreamlike, but wonderfully so. And then you toppled us on the snow, you devil. We laughed and rolled around, my head already spinning from the wine and crisp, pure night air and the stillness all around.
I don't think anything's changed on that. Oh, this changed.
Years passed, no tears fell, no death knell
This
reached the
dude's a little
golden
bitch.
shores they trod.
Is he a little fuck
Another
boy?
love story without a happy ending.
I've literally never said fuck boy in my entire life until now. That was the first time I've ever said it.
Time works differently in the other world. She's gone, and even then I just keep reading. But it's always been my way of looking for answers, processing information. I can think of worse ways. My grandma introduced me to these old legends when I was just a kid, in between stories of what she could still remember of her childhood in the old country.
Old country.
Weird mix of doggerel and artistry. The elemental imagery is evocative. I've always been drawn to things that are kind of both good and bad at the same time. Maybe because that's so like life. My grandma introduced me to these old legends when I was just a kid, in between stories of what she
Yep, I
could
just
still
said
remember
fuckboy.
of her childhood in the old. We found this trunk at a flea market.
With 2 Ks.
We used
That's
to
how I
love
say it.
rummaging around those in our
Fuckboy
early
with 2
years.
Ks. Whoa, what was that? Oh, grandfather clock. Where's that at?
Could you take this out and beat it, love? It's getting a bit dusty.
The clock has always been rather autonomous. No matter how many times we've wound it up, it keeps going out of sync. Actually, I think it might have gone out of sync again.
Only fuckboys say fuckboy. So people that kill you in Call of Duty say fuckboy then. I just killed you, fuckboy.
Why? I might just as well stay here. Big enough for a lifetime of mementos. Oh, this table has seen me. I sure hope she comes back soon. We can sit down and discuss our problems, like we always did. We could always work things out. It's different. But it can't be different. Am I going mad? Somehow she looks sadder than I remembered. Could I really have been so wrong about that night?
She looks fucking pissed.
The guy who snapped this, our host, my love, We don't have a lot of photos of ourselves as a couple, so this one is quite important. The dining table was well worn even when we acquired the cabin. You could tell from its appearance that it had been the centerpiece of many. We hated guns. We found big enough for a lifetime
Yes,
of
I get it. You
mementos.
hated guns. You'd have a fucking heart attack at my place then.
We did have a night prowler once who left a mark inside the outhouse. How could I possibly forget the color of her hair like that? Even for a moment. She was my girl with the sun in her hair. What's happened to me? I liked to watch her comb her hair before she came to bed, but that was so long ago. At some point, I just stopped. She also had a brush, but I can't see it anywhere. Nor some of her other I never noticed it before, but there's a tiny crack in it. Well, I still remember when this thing... How did I miss everything getting dinkier, more worn? We should have renewed our life somehow, but after all these years, it permanently smells of her and her perfume. Proust wrote all his life about the associative power of tastes and smells. He spent his last year... It's too tangy, too poignant.
Do I even matter to you anymore? Do you even notice anything I do, how I look, how I smell?
She once told me how I supposedly used words to fool her somehow, but what did she think this stuff was? Natural? How was I supposed to react when she used this anyway? She knew I loved her. It's not like we have to say it over and over again. The smell of this disgusts me. So many lies, so much deceit. She probably left it here just to spite me. All of this, these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies. I couldn't care less about this damn thing. Why torture myself trying to remember? I'm too upset to even think straight. I hate her so much. All of this, these pathetic
Shit,
souvenirs
that
from our
escalated quickly.
relationship, they're all lies.
Didn't it?
Sit down, we need to talk.
Yes.
When did it go so wrong? This was supposed to be a... We weren't supposed to fight here.
You just don't get it, do you? You never do.
I couldn't care less about this damn thing. Why torture myself trying to remember? She's angry now. Part of me realizes I should be more shocked by this, but for some reason, I just feel numb, beyond it. She was lying to me and manipulating me all the time. Why did I let her do that? I'm the one who should have been scowling. She played me like a harp and made me look like a complete idiot. I'm too upset to even think straight. I hate her so much. All of this, these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies. Changeable man, insolent wretch. Sounds like Serena, all right. Her father's realm. She was a daughter of the Celtic sea god Manana. Scholars say Niamh's divine father. I couldn't care less about this damn thing.
Oh.
Her jewelry box. What is it doing here?
I sit here on the train, taking me to my final farewell to the ones who brought me to this world. I see the smiling couples on their way to new adventures and think, that used to be us. We had joy and laughter and friends once, but a memory is not the thing itself. You're very good at letting things you don't want to face slip off you. You continue as if nothing has changed, lost in your own lifeless world. Words and dreams may be enough for you. You know what? You'll get a chance to test that soon. I question how I once saw things. How much of what I thought we had were my own feelings, and how much of your manipulation, because you are so very good with words, aren't you? You knew how to use them when we met, and for the longest time, I went along with the romantic whirl you conjured up around our shabby, isolated existence. Oh, it took me long enough to see it for what it was. And there were these moments that you swept me off on foolish flights of fancy when I threw myself into your fantasies. You wove your spell, plying me with your magic and with wine in equal measure, and I was taken in like the lost little girl I was. Do you realize all the pain you've caused me? They say if you have to ask whether someone loves you, you already know the answer. Protestations to the contrary can no more convince me any more than I can make my own mother or father draw breath again. Your aloofness tells a different story. I no longer know what you're thinking. With my parents gone and with your refusal to even accompany me in my time of need, something broke. Or maybe it happened long ago, but I never saw it so clearly before, even after everything. I don't make you feel comfortable? Really? That's all you have to say? I won't waste any more life waiting for things that'll never come. Of course, that's what you expect me to do. Play the good wife so no one will laugh at you for being the failure you are, to shield you from the truth of your existence. Lost in your books and vapid verse, blithely drifting into the mists of time, as if not even a footnote when you could be raking at it if you'd only used your words for anything other than personal indulgence. You talked and talked about your path, the winter blueness of my eyes, all that nonsense. And the years rolled by, the seasons came and went, on and on, you pursuing your dreams that will never be, lost in your damned words, looking for clues you'll never find. I'm sure you're doing it even now with your rotting books. You took the best years of my life and gave only empty words in return. We've gone as far as we can, and something's got to give. S.
It's just a bunch of schmaltzy junk.
I sit here on the train. I no longer...
I should just destroy this useless junk. But not even the venom inside me gives me strength. Why torture myself trying to remember? Guess I could have thanked that heartless slut at least once whenever she covered up her body. No, this isn't like me. I must calm down. If anyone is to be blamed, that's me. This ugly old thing makes me feel sick. I'm too upset to even think straight. How could I have been so blind? Her vanity. Always fixing her hair before bed. Doting on her hair like a child. But I'm being unfair. Would I have wanted her to be some frump? I'm too angry to even care. All she cared about was herself all along. Her needs, her feelings. That's all that ever mattered to her. What about mine?
What about me? What about Raven? Quote the Raven, nevermore.
I hate her so much. I can't even bear to look at my face. She's really done a number on me. She never descended to criticizing my looks, though. Even when we fought, even when my hairline started going. But it was a sore point for me. My thoughts are all over the place. Get it together, damn it. All of these pathetic souvenirs. I couldn't care less about this damn thing. That incessant noise! I should smash this useless antique to pieces right now! It can't keep the time for 5 minutes straight. Chimes completely at random and never stops making that infernal noise. But hey, guess who thought it was so cute? This thing has caused me more sleepless nights than I care to remember. No wonder I'm going crazy. Why torture myself trying to remember? It feels darker by the minute, but the sun is still high in the sky. Or is it? I feel so turned around. It can't be happening. No. I can still see even if the light is going. Sunlight. Birdsong. Nothing feels worse when there's no hope. No chance of anything. The light is so dim here. Makes me want to chop down every tree outside. There's only a limited window of opportunity for everything. And I wasted mine. I'm too upset to even think straight. The stains on this bed suddenly make me mad. Angry, even. Why must life always end up so sordid and hateful? I'm not crawling in there. I'm too riled up for that, and it's just not dark enough anyway. I hate her so much. A part of me still thinks she'll forgive me and come back, but I've lost all hope now. Do I deserve to be forgiven? What about all the things she did and all the things she said?
Words and dreams may be enough for you, but you know what? You'll get a chance to test that soon, because I've had enough.
All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies.
What's up, Jury? Thank you for the alert, buddy.
I couldn't care less about this damn
Check
thing.
the box. What, the trunk? Yeah. I got her jewelry box. Oh, how do I check the jewelry box? I guess it's like in my inventory now.
Stupid, feeble-minded woman with her silly menial things. It was she who didn't deserve me. I wouldn't waste my intellect on this sublunary distraction. She probably cared more for this plant than she cared for me. Why torture myself trying to remember?
I wonder what he says about the Playboy. Dun dun.
I couldn't care less about the damn thing now. Maybe I should have a look at the contact pages. Her and her damn spice. Wow, two can play at that game. Serena thought she was so special. Always trying to make our sex life edgy and exciting. Now I can see she was just afraid of admitting how bland and boring she really was. I'm too upset to even think straight.
Ah, there we go.
I hate her so much. All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies. I remember how happy these made her. She smiled. That wonderful smile. I must have gifted these to make amends or something. Or did I? Did I ever gift her anything? She loved her trinkets more than she loved me. Right? I couldn't care less about her wedding ring or mine. But what is it doing here? Oh, please, no. It's hers. I can't believe she would just leave it here. Where the hell is she? No. It can't be true. No, I didn't do it. I need to wake up from this nightmare.
Do what?
Why torture myself trying to remember? I'm too upset to even think straight. I hate her so much.
What did you do?
You realize how stupid this was? We had a plan. I took measures to ensure nothing
My God.
would happen.
What is this?
We couldn't help you
It
that
can't.
way.
It isn't.
Things now.
How did it happen? I can't remember. It's already rotten beyond recognition.
Mario!
But how much time has passed?
I guess it's Mario. Mario in the wardrobe.
It's dry and withered.
Mamma mia.
A body takes at least weeks to... How long has it been? I can't even remember how I did it.
I know it sounds like people are outside my door.
Maybe I didn't. Do I have brain damage? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
Cowabunga!
So I killed my wife and stuffed her in the closet because she was gonna leave me? Is that what?
Those noises sound like more than one person. Who can it be? The police? Are they coming for me? I deserve it, but I want to see who it is first. There's something about those voices. I must know. The window.
Oh,
You
yeah!
realize how stupid this was? We had a plan. I took measures to ensure nothing like this would happen. But no, you couldn't help your damn self. We can't risk moving it now. The bulldozers are coming any minute.
Fire will do it.
Do you think they will buy it after all this time? It's been months since you...
Don't worry. It's all covered. He spent much time here.
Fine. Give me the kerosene. Oh shit. We forgot your... Fuck. It was so stupid to leave it. Why did you do that?
Can you calm down? I couldn't bear to wear it any longer. It's in a safe place. We'll pick it from the ashes.
No, not like this. Please. No.
So wait, that wasn't her? What? So she left me, and then they put a dead body in there? My wife left me, was having an affair with someone else. Or she left me and just found someone else. And was I not supposed to come back? Was I not supposed to come back to the cabin to make me think, oh, she died in a fire? So that she could run away and I'm thinking she died? But I came back to the cabin when I wasn't supposed to, so they didn't realize I was inside. That's weird. Every character in the game was like messed up.